Take you now back to Paarl. Some 400 people are facing a bleak Christmas after a fire ravaged their dwellings at a settlement in Paarl. More than 100 shacks were gutted. Let's bring in Atule Joka. He's live for us there. Atule, very good afternoon to you. You gave us the extent of the damage in our earlier crossing and did mention that people are coming to the fore to try to help. What's the latest?
Indeed, Blaine, relief is coming to the fore. You would remember when we spoke earlier on, I told you about the gentleman who came to us and said, did you bring us anything? These kids are hungry. Did you bring us any food or any sort of relief? But the gift of the givers are here. They've brought some food parcels, some warm food for the residents around here. They've been queuing here to try and get some warm food because they have not been able to get some food to eat. And also there's water also being dispersed amongst the people so that they can also be hydrated. So this is also a bit of a sign that things are moving slowly towards a positive direction. But the devastation of the fire and the remnants of the fire is still visible here, Blaine. But we'll see what will happen. I will bring in Ali from the Gift of the Givers to sort of tell us about their intervention here, here today. Ali, I saw the video of that fire. It was horrific. It was very devastating to watch. Talk to us about it, especially going into the Christmas days, and how are you planning to relieve here?
You know, it was quite more devastating that we've seen in the video. There's two scenarios. As we know, for 21 months we've been in a lockdown. Some of the people staying here went back home to the Eastern Cape. So they were excited to see their families after 21 months, but yet they received a dreadful phone call to say their place has completely burnt out. So we can just imagine the pain they are going through currently. As we know, many of these people had just started getting back on their feet. They were unemployed. We moved down the levels. We all restaurants and all businesses open up. So all the savings they had to make this Christmas special for their families all went up in smoke. Many of them will be facing a bleak Christmas. As you correctly said, when we pulled up here as well, people were telling us, we are hungry, we can't take our medication, we are hungry. So Gift of the Givers will be here for the next few days. We are here today to provide a hot meal, to provide mattresses, blankets, sanitary packs, baby care packs, and we will be here for the next few days. There is meetings going tomorrow with the municipality and between disaster management to see if any sheeting can be provided to those families, because many of them want to get their shelters back up. So at least by Christmas, they can have a proper meal or proper festive thing with the children. As we know, the children here are quite sad. They're running around. There's nowhere back to run home to because there is no home. So we want to make it to them as comfortable as possible.
Speaking about there is no home, do you know if they do have a shelter as a temporary measurement for now?
Some of them are in temporary shelters, but mostly the elderly and the chronic medication people and the young children. Others refuse to move. They are scared someone will take their property. So they are being housed. Some of them are being housed in shelters. We have dropped off the necessary food and items there as well. So they are being taken care of by the Gift of the Givers Foundation, and we will be here for the next few days delivering that humanitarian aid. And hopefully, as soon as the structures are up, we'll be delivering to each family a food hamper to carry them through the festive period.
Okay. How are you going to make sure that those structures are back up and also that people do have those shelters?
Okay, the municipality and the disaster management has told us this morning they're having a meeting tomorrow. That's the main aim, to get the structures up. They're hopefully to have the building kit delivered to the people if all goes well by this week. And before Christmas, if the shelter's up, we'll be here delivering those food hampers to them. As well as when the people come back from the Eastern Cape, we were speaking to a mother on the phone earlier from the Eastern Cape who was quite concerned. She has already bought the children's clothing and stationery packs that is completely burnt out. So we will be back here to assist them with some stationery packs and school clothing. So so that the young ones, that there's no effect to their schooling here for next year.
Ali, you are doing a good job. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Anything you want to add?
And we will. Anybody who wants to donate, our toll-free numbers is 0800 786 911. Or they can visit our social media pages, whether it's Twitter or Facebook. Our officers will get back to them.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Alisa Blay from the Gift of the Givers. As you can see that people are making their way to try and get some of those relief and also try to get some water to be hydrated as well. We are seeing a lot of young kids there trying to get water so that they can be hydrated. As I said to you earlier on, that most people were talking about also the fact that they were ushering into the Christmas times, having to face this difficult period because some of them had already bought some of the clothes for their kids, but now they are not able to provide for them. But the Gift of the Givers say they will be in talks with the municipality to try and make sure that they will be able to assist these families. If I can ask my colleague and cameraman if he can take the camera off the tripod so that we can walk around just to show you the extent of the damage and to try and speak to some of the residents about the devastation of this fire and also how it has affected them. But one thing that is quite relieving is the fact that families were able to get sort of a relief and also being able to at least eat for now so that they can get that energy. Mama, molo kunjani? Siyaphila. Nawe ukuchaphazelekile lapha kulomlilo?
Wethathu wami ngichaphazekile.
Yeah. Uhlala ndawo, uchaphazele ndawo nikotho nempahla zabantwana zeChristmas.
Nempahla zabantwana zeChristmas zitshile nansi ayokhi yami emveni kwalena ishayinayo yokhiwayo ngoku nempahla zesikolo zichaphazelekile akho nto ndiyikhuphileyo kume nje ngabantwana nami ngabantwana bam. Ngoku asinazo into zonxiba sinanto zolala nanto nje sithi nje nangoku nangezi nje sinxiba nje siphiwe ngabantu.
Mhlawumbe unethemba lokuncedwa ngantoni ke?
Hayi noko naba ndinalo ithemba sizawunceda sihoyeke noko noba siphiwe ezo nto ke noba impahla zabantu abefana nabelungu so basoxulelayo sizazamkela nazo ngoba besingenazo.
Well, mother just certainly talking to us about the fact that she lost most in the fires that gutted her house, and also the fact that she's only left with the clothes that she's wearing that she also get from other people. She is hoping that they will get help from the Gift of the Givers and other humanitarian aid and relief agencies. Mama, mhlawumbi niena sinda njani emveni koba uvile nina phuma njani pha?
Esazovuswa ngabantu bazokhaba icango kuma endlini babe bezikhwaza mina nabantwana vukani kandithi umlilo songena endlini ndaqhetsala nje abantwana sebesiphuma sibaleka soma ngapha kwenhle ngoba siyathinda ngelo hlobo kuba abantu kabangazange uzokhaba icango usithile thina.
The mother also recounting how she managed to be rescued. They're saying people came in to kick her door to say the fires are gutting this area and also its devastation is also happening. So people kicked down her door. So she was able to also be rescued and also be evacuated from that fire. I'll also speak to the mother here, Mama Kunjani. Talk to us about kwenzeke ntoni apha kulomlilo. Mhlawumbe wena uphulukene nantoni?
Siphulukene ubrother wami uphulukene nazo zonke impahla zakhe. Uthe xa ephuma waphuma umlilo sowusondele. Kodwa nangoku usene uminxekile ngidlamswe sibona nto busisho. Kodwa into esibulelayo nje kuyo yonke lento indlela esiye sakhawuleza sasabeleka ngayo. Nale ndlela siye noba kubuhlungu ukuthelwa sithelwe izimpahla zeChristmas zabantwana saluza izinto zonke kodwa into esibulelayo kuyo yonke lonto kukhawuleza sihoyeke kuRhulumente okhoyo noceba wethu.
Thank you so much. One of the mothers who was affected here recounting what has happened here, saying his brother also inhaled the smoke and he was almost died from the smoke that he inhaled during this thing. But she is very grateful of the fact that they were sifted to work together to try and evacuate themselves, and also for government to come to the fore to try and help them. Now the relief has come. They are able to eat. At least they're getting that bit of an energy. They are getting those water to also stay hydrated. If I can also ask my colleague to also pan to your right. I see people are flocking the streets now, but I want us to show you the corrugated iron sheets that are on the road. People have been trying to pick up the rubble and put it aside so that they can rebuild at some point. These are corrugated iron sheets which are bent. People have tried to evacuate them, take them out and put them here on the road. They will try and take them back in to try and rebuild again. My colleague also ask him to also pan to your right to show you one of the structures which is already getting up and running. People have been trying to rebuild their houses. He got those corrugated iron sheets. Another factor that they were talking to us about was the fact that most of the people have lost their jobs during the COVID-19. So they were not able to act swiftly to go and buy some of the material to try and rebuild their houses to get back on track. But now you will see those power struggle. Those who have already trying to get people to help them to rebuild. And I also ask my colleague to pan to the right again to also show you the devastation that has been left by this fire here. Corrugated iron sheets left all around. people trying to tune in to get some sort of relief here to the Gift of the Givers truck. It's been opened now. It's got the mattresses, it's got the diapers for young kids, it's got all the necessary clothing that will be given to the families here. As you can see now, they are trying to form up their queue so that they can get those assistance and also relief, sort of help them with their families as well. The Gift of the Givers are telling us that some of the people are housed in a shelter, so that's where they are staying. Now people are trying to get back to their means, to get back to their people are optimistic that at least people are coming to the fore to try and help them to revive and also get back on their feet. But it will not be a normal Christmas. Another factor that we spoke about, Blaine, is the fact that most people are on holidays in the Eastern Cape. So talking strongly about them, that they have stands here, and often in cases like this, people and their stands and rebuild on them. So they are also trying to get the list down to make sure that they safeguard everyone is interested, to make sure that people, when they come back, they are able to rebuild this place, to go back to where it was, and also this time around to build those breaking points so that the fire does not spread quickly and speedily. What they are crying about is the matter of basic services that they want to come here, especially electrical connection. This is what they are crying about, saying they are using illegal connection means they are using paraffin stoves, which make them very vulnerable to the building, to the fires that break out here in this informal settlement. Let me give it over to you, Blade. Maybe you might have something that you want to pose to us or that you want to see to us, as I ask my colleague to just show you the residents around here.
Quite succinctly, it is said that hard times make strong people, and you need strong people to make good times. Benevolence is key. It's something that you're seeing there, and it's something that stitches that phrase together in order to get people to a better place as quick as they can. Atule Joka, live for us then, Paarl. We thank you very much indeed for your reporting.